All right, and we are live. What is going on, my specialist? SPC here, and welcome back to the John Carpenter Watch Series. So, guys, obviously, if you guys are new here, I am going through most of John Carpenter's filmography. I've only seen 5 of his films, I guess now 6, considering with what I just watched this past Monday, which of course was his very first film, Dark Star. But the movies I will not be doing are In the Mouth of Madness, as I just did that here a few weeks back for a first-time horror series watch-along I did for the month of October. And Halloween, because if you guys can't tell, I'm a big Halloween guy. I've already done it here on the channel already, but today we are doing his second film from 1976, that being none other than Assault on Precinct 13. Now, this is another one of John Carpenter's movies I really don't know anything about. The only thing I've been told is it's just, in a weird way, it's kind of like Night of the Living Dead, just a more action-packed, action-based movie. So, pretty excited to get into this. As I always do, of course, I will have the timer right here next to me as we start the movie. So, yeah, I suppose let's get into Assault on Precinct 13, the second movie in John Carpenter's filmography. So, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Assault on Precinct 13. I wonder if this is another score John Carpenter did, because Like sounds very Carpenter-ish. Charles Cyphers and Nancy Loomis are in this. Interesting. Ken Richards. That name sounds familiar. Tommy Wallace. Yeah, another name I recognize. I like how they have to say on here is doing the payroll for the movie. Deborah Hill. Come on, man, I got to see who's doing the score. Music by John Carpenter. There we go. Man, lately I've been going back and forth between him and John Williams, who's actually my favorite composer. Like John Williams has done some of the most like legendary horror scores. Well, not horror scores, just most legendary movie scores of all time. Indiana Jones, Jaws, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, of course. So I mean, I don't know, man. John Carpenter, I just love the way his music sounds. Like, especially the new trilogy of Halloween films. Oh man, those are just chef's kiss. They're just so damn good. It didn't even hesitate. Shoot these guys down. Got that right. Why? Why? God, why? Ah, what the hell? Why? Why? What was that all about? I will say, definitely compared to Dark Star, this looks so much more like a John Carpenter movie already. Score, directing, everything like this. This is classic John Carpenter here. Oh man, them cutting themselves. That's just I don't know. And I also don't know if I said it in my last watch along, but there's one movie of John Carpenter's I just watched over this past weekend. Hey, it's Charles Cyphers. But it's not exactly like a full on John Carpenter movie. He did it with Toby Hooper. It's called Body Bags. I'm so upset I did not do that for this watch along series. It's so damn good, man. And he looks familiar too. Um, uh, Gotta be so mean, man. Ah, I like that. I love it. That's some good use of humor. I also heard too there's a remake of this. So maybe I'd have to compare it to the remake after I watch this. Is that Kyle Richards? No, maybe it's not. Criminal. Criminal. Huh? Yeah, that neighborhood don't look sketchy at all. That almost looks like the guy from Hills Have Eyes. You know, I sadly have to say we're only 16 minutes into this movie, and I like this so much better than Dark Star. That was just such a weird. Just I'm gonna not hold back. It was a bad movie. Like it was bad. Grant, I wouldn't say it's the worst movie I've seen all year, but it just was not very good. Oh, that place looks nice. Hey, Nancy Loomis. I thought that was her at first. Not JPEG. SBC, how's it going? Going good, man. How's it going for you? Just sitting here watching a John Carpenter movie on a Friday evening. Are you checking out the 2005 remake anytime in the future? I'm going to see what I think about this, and I'll, more than likely I'll check it out because, like, just recently I just purchased The Fog. Obviously, we'll be watching that next week, but I did watch that too earlier here in October, and it gave me the interest to go back and check out The Fog from 2000, and I think that's 2005 too, if I remember right, or 2004 or something there. And I'm gonna willingly say I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is. I think it's solid enough, a solid old 2005 paranormal movie. But so far, I'm enjoying this. So far, I would say yes. I'm probably gonna check out the remake. I was saying that earlier too. How I wanted to see what how this compares to the remake. Because normally 7 out of 10 times I like the original more than a remake, but occasionally you get those remakes I like more than the original. Like I like the Dawn of the Dead remake so much more than the original. Texas Chainsaw I've kind of been going back and forth on if I like that, which one I like more. And something too like Amityville Horror. I like the Amityville Horror remake more than the original. So Favorite Comic Cons you've been to, if any? Haven't been to one, unfortunately. I Something I desperately need to do, man. Every time I see everything that goes on at a Comic Con, I'm like, I wish. Someday will be a bucket list. More than likely, I'll try to go to San Diego Comic Con. That one seems a little bit more up my alley. Could a horror version of Pokemon work? I I think so. I think it could be something kind of fun to do. I mean, they've done Winnie the Pooh. They're doing Mickey Mouse. They're doing Pinocchio. I, I think so. I think it could be something just kind of fun. Whether you do it like a legitimate horror version or whether you do it kind of just like a fun little like legitimate kids horror, I guess we could say. Heard about the planned Joker series for HBO Max based on the Batman 2022 film. I just heard about that. It was either today or yesterday. I heard that. I'm interested. I have yet to see this whole Joker, whatever you want to call it, Joker 2. I guess we'll just call it. And I mean, we didn't get much of Joker in the Batman. Obviously, it's a deleted scene. We didn't actually get it in the movie, but I need to see how he does before I have interest. I mean, I love the Joker. He's one of my favorite villains of all time. But like the Penguin show, it's okay. It's a little too slow for me. I mean, I absolutely love the Batman. Like the Batman is probably my second favorite Batman movie of all time under Batman Begins. But I will say I'm skeptically optimistic. I think it's a little weird that they're announcing a Joker series even before we get to see him actually on the screen and see what he could do as the Joker. I'd have been more interested if they did like a Riddler, whatever you want to word it, a Riddler prequel type of show, or even have him break out because they could have made it a little bit more of a horror based show. I think that'd have been cool. Should the Terrifier film trilogy end as a trilogy? Man, I don't know because I've seen the first Terrifier. It's a mixed bag for me. I got halfway through Terrifier 2 and I turned it off because I don't know, I had no interest. I mean, sadly, it's a horror franchise. You can always find a way to get a horror franchise to continue. To me, I think it'd have been a little bit better if the original Terrifier was just a one and done, like a lot of other horror movies should have been, like The Exorcist, even the first Saw. Honestly, as much of a Halloween fan as I am, stick with that one Michael Myers film and try the anthology and see how it goes. So me, I think Terrifier should have just been a one and done personally. Like I know there was some weird anthology movie that came out before that, but that's just my opinion about Terrifier. Not the biggest fan of it so far. I looked like a totally different person in there before. Best and worst Jennifer Lopez movies in your opinion? Jeez, I don't even know how many Jennifer Lopez movies I've seen. If I'm being totally honest with you. Let me look at her filmography because I am kind of curious. Uh-oh. Oh no! Come on, kid. What are you doing? What the fuck, man? Holy shit, dude! Okay. Wow. Anyway. Wow. Holy hell. That was. Jeez. So anyway. I'm sorry. Um. According to this, the only movie out of her stuff I've seen, according to my letterbox, is Ants. So I guess I'd have to say Ants is her best. And looks like there was a shot. Yeah, yeah. Holy hell, man, that was a little too realistic with what just happened. Holy hell. Platoon or Full Metal Jacket? Probably Full Metal Jacket. I'm a Stanley Kubrick guy. I do like all the performances in there. I mean, Harley Ermy. I mean, you can't deny that's probably like the best role he's ever done. Not only that, but Vincent D'Onofrio's performance in there was amazing. Obviously, though, after we get out of boot camp, it kind of starts to peter out quite a bit. But Platoon, Platoon, I think is just a good overall like Vietnam type movie. But I have more interest in watching Full Metal Jacket than I would watching Platoon. I still give them the same score, by the way. Like it's just I don't know. I guess for me, I would rather watch Full Metal Jacket, probably just because of my nostalgia. This is the only line this guy knows how to say. Definitive Planet of the Apes movie. Dawn. Not no question, man. Dawn. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Just story, characters, action, all that stuff, man. It's phenomenal. Like to me, it's the best. War is so damn close to being up there. Those paintballs. Okay. I mean, you killed him, so I mean, I'm happy. You're probably gonna get gunned down. You're still breathing. These guys aren't playing. None of these people so far have been playing dead very well, except for the guys at the beginning. There's just a random telephone booth out there. Bro, you better get out of there. Oh, well, it don't matter. It's got an M16. Man. You're done. Ooh, jeez. Early stage of John Carpenter and his tension building. Get inside, you idiots. What the hell are you doing? Thoughts on Godzilla minus one getting a sequel? I don't like it. Godzilla minus one, man, that was best movie of last year. Doesn't need a sequel. I don't know why every super successful movie needs to have a sequel. That just I don't know. I mean, it's cool they're getting the director from minus one to come back, but it needs to be a completely different Godzilla story if they're gonna do it. Dun dun dun. Yeah, yeah, she sure did. Oh, is the Wraith an underrated cult classic? I've never seen the Wraith, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I am not one to be able to answer that question for you. Ooh, you dipshit! Don't go out there. It looked pretty damn realistic, just like the girl. Better move your. Yes. Ooh, dude, he just looks so real. Poor Charles Cyphers. More unnecessary sequel: Backdraft 2, Inside Man 2, Speed 2, or Birds 2, Land's End? Unfortunately, man, I don't think I've seen any of the originals of that. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's another question I don't think I can answer. But I guess just looking at these, though, I guess I'd have to say Speed 2. Again, as somebody who hasn't seen them all, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I know the first Speed was a movie a lot of people really liked. Dude, you guys have had to have run out of bullets by now. Holy. X Files, TV show or movies? TV show. A show like that, man, you got to put it on TV. Works so much better. It's over now. Bother to ask her if she knows how to use a gun before you just give her one. Could MCU Spider-Man 4 be connected to the end of Sony's Venom 3? So I haven't seen Venom 3 yet, but to my understanding, the big rumor was apparently that this version of Venom was supposed to connect with Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man, which to me I kind of think makes a little bit more sense, but I don't know. If I could see Tom Holland's Spider-Man facing off against Venom, I want somebody else different as Venom because I'm gonna be totally honest. I have like no interest in the MCU really much anymore, except for Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's really all I have any interest in. But I want it to be more street level. Like I would say the first Tom Holland Spider-Man was a lot more like ground level. Like that's more what I want out of Spider-Man. Like as much as I love No Way Home and I literally think it's a 5 out of 5 movie, I just don't want big, super over bombastic stuff for Spider-Man. I want him to be kind of like how the Batman was, how it's more grounded. That's more how I want it. But I think to a degree, you could have Spider-Man 4 connect to Venom 3 and have that because I know obviously at the end, like the after credits of No Way Home, there is still the little part of the symbiote still around in the Spider-Man MCU universe. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, I want ground level Spider-Man. She's not a very good actress in here either. I mean, I guess not that I ever really thought Nancy Loomis was a great actress by any means. As 1995's Canadian Bacon starring John Candy aged well. I'll be honest, man. Anything John Candy's in, I think ages well still because, like, what have I've seen? I haven't seen that one, but I've seen. I almost a Candyman. Wow. Planes, Trains, and Automobile. Uncle Buck. Obviously, I've seen him in stuff like the original Home Alone. And I know there's a few more I've seen him in, but man, John Candy, probably one of the best comedic actors around. I mean, I wish we could have had him around much longer, but life happens. But me personally, anything John Candy's in ages pretty well because, like I said, he's just. I thought he was an awesome actor. What the hell? Where the hell did they get the rest of these guys at? Okay, I'm starting to see the Night of the Living Dead inspiration now. That seems a little ridiculous to me. Okay. stop talking. Stop talking. You're so bad. It's an assault on Precinct 13. Sorry. I'll shut up now. More tolerable filmmaker, Neil Breen or Tommy Wiseau? Holy God. I'd probably say Tommy Wiseau because I haven't seen the room, but man, just the clips I have seen, and obviously too. I mean, the legacy that the room has. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, to me, that's just way more comedic, and I'm always gonna remember Tommy Wiseau more than Neil Breen. I've seen a few people react to Neil Breen movies. They're not good. Like, they're pretty bad. So I'd say Tommy Wiseau. And I need to find where I can watch The Room, man, because I want to watch it. I want to see how bad it is. Just hang out with a couple buddies, maybe have a drink or two, and just chill out and watch it. Oh man, I think that'd be a fun night. That was that was dumb. I'm sorry. Oh Jesus God! Shit. He got a big old smile on his face, like, yeah, that was cool. They're a bunch of badasses. If you guys are trying to get in here and kill them, you should be a lot like more tactical. Would it be possible for Robert Englund? Oh my God! Let's try this again. Would it be possible for Robert Englund to star in a potential Ghostbusters legacy sequel? I think a cartoon would be cool. Like have him voice like the villain of the cartoon. That'd be cool. I think as far as him playing like more physical roles, I feel like his characters have to not be doing very much because like he's pretty much said like physically he can't play Freddy Krueger anymore, which I mean I get it, understand. Kind of just like with Bruce Campbell can't physically play Ash anymore. Like I'd like to see it more. I think it's a cartoon. I think that'd be more cool to watch. that other girl too, man. Like her, just no. Sorry, she's another one too. We'll say, oh, she's dead finally. What about the other dude? Did they get him? So far, she's played dead the best. Doesn't even sit there and like breathed or moved or anything. Chances of the Jeepers Creepers franchise rebounding after the poor performance of Part 4 Reborn. I'm not really sure. Like, in all honesty, I mean, they'd have to do just something totally original again, like just do its own standalone creeper movie. Not again, another one I haven't seen because I've heard it's just garbage. I mean, I've watched Cody Leach's review of it, and I mean, that just flat out said it's just a disaster. So that to me, you'd have to just go back to like the roots of what made the first Jeepers Creepers really good. And to me, most, I guess I shouldn't say most, a lot of franchises can have the potential to bounce back after a really bad movie. So I would say if you put Jeepers Creepers in the right hands, yes. But if it continues with who it's with, definitely not. You can't do that. You can't sit there and say something like that. Never had pork chop sandwiches as a meal. I've had pork chops as a meal. I guess I've never thought about doing pork chop sandwiches, but sounds pretty good. I am hungry. I'll be honest with you. What about the big blood thing? Too late for Hillary Swank to star in Cobra Kai or Karate Kid Legends. I think a lot of people want to just forget about that one. I mean, not that I think it's a terrible Karate Kid movie, but I also feel like she maybe just has no interest in being back in it. So I wouldn't say too late. Probably just not a lot of interest with her. I mean, Ralph Macchio and Pat Moria. That sounds right. They're like the faces of Karate Kid, and I guess too, the guy who plays uh, Johnny. I think that's his name. The other main guy in Cobra Kai. Not clicking up it. That's all night. Any interest in the Voltron live action film being developed? No, no, not really. Stuff like that, man. Just keep it as a cartoon. When you go to live action with stuff, you're just basically ripping off Power Rangers at that point. But the crates. Check the crates. Yeah, man. She's the way this movie is shot. Like I said before, there's just such classic Carpenter, man. I love it. Critters, Gremlins, or Ghoulies? I'd probably say Gremlins. Gremlins is a little bit more up my alley. Never seen Critters. I've never heard of Ghoulies before. So I would pick Gremlins. It's pretty risky. Shit. Ranking tier list of horror. Jeez, I cannot talk to that. Horror film final girls. At some point, I think when I start getting a little bit more back into horror, because now it's like that time of year where normally I'm back into Star Wars a little bit more, which I probably should be since I have the Talkalorian next Saturday. So to answer your question, yes, at some point I probably will do a tier ranking of the final girls. Just to let you know, there's only going to be one S tier. Jeez. Doom. He's entertaining. I like him. So he must be dead because he hasn't moved at all. Were there any brother and sister characters you liked in film in general? It's hard not to say Luke and Leia. I mean, obviously, I like them. Oh, geez. Man, I don't know. That's really all I can think of is Luke and Leia at the top of my head. Oh, geez, what are their names from Jurassic Park? Tim and Lex. They were pretty good. They were pretty entertaining. Not the best, but entertaining. I'm nervous. Go, man, go. Oh, damn. Go, buddy, go. Get the hell out of there. Jeez, that scared me. Shit, man. Yeah, that's all it was. Why are most shark movies other than Jaws just terrible? Because they need to use CGI and terrible actors. You'll probably never make a good shark movie again. Using CGI, unfortunately, is cheaper, and nobody wants to do practical effects anymore. Army of them guys. How is there so many people? Oh, he is still alive. Possibility of reactions to 1994 Skeeter and or 2011's Tide in Blood. I would have to do some looking into to see if I have any interest, but never say never. Never say never, but we'll see. Right now, I'm still trying to think of what I want to do after I'm done with this John Carpenter series because I'm really thinking about tackling another director, but I don't know who quite yet. Show some emotion, lady. My lord, have some charisma. She's just monotone. Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Blade, fight or team up? Hmm. I mean, a team up would be obvious. It's kind of a weird combo now that I'm thinking about it, but I think a team up would be a little bit more fun. A fight, and no offense, Buffy. Buffy's done. She's completely done for. What the hell? He's moving. How come everybody who's dead cannot play dead? Which is more likely, Tremors 8, Police Academy 8, or Freddy versus Jason 2? Definitely not Freddy versus Jason. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. I would lean more into Tremors. Tremors is a lot more of a successful franchise compared to Police Academy. And I mean, man, if they can do it right, if they do the whole legacy sequel thing, maybe we could see the return of Kevin Bacon as Val. That'd be sweet. But again, You have to go practical. Don't do digital. That's what made the first movie so good. The stuff they're doing right now with all the digital stuff with what they were doing with Bert, did not like that all that much. I'm sorry. Kind of pretty. Jesus. God almighty. You only got one shot left, man. You better make it count. The Kid Slayer of the White Worm, Blood Diner, Motel Hell, or American Gothic. Sorry, man. I haven't seen any of these movies. They all sound terribly low budget. If I have any interest, Motel Hell sounds more up my alley. Of course, it could be because I'm thinking of the Gordon Ramsay show that came out back in, geez, whatever that was, the late 2000s, early 2010s. Jesus, seriously, bro. That guy was the most pointless person in this whole movie. Scariest films set in psych wards, mental institutions. Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, hands down, probably one of, if not the scariest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I like Grave Encounters. I think Grave Encounters actually is pretty creepy too at times. Uh, yeah, I'd say those two. Those are probably. Oh, Session 9. Session 9 is such an underrated movie. Huh. Well, man, I'll be honest. I like that one. That one was actually pretty good. Definitely compared to Dark Star, it's a hell of a lot better than Dark Star was. Dude, the practical effects and like the people getting shot and stuff, dude, that was some of the most realistic like people getting shot deaths I've ever seen in my entire life. Uh when it actually came to like the action and the gunfighting and stuff, that was pretty well done too. I really enjoyed that. Um the acting was so. I like the guy who was able to sneak out and get to the car and unfortunately got shot inside the car. That was probably my favorite character out of all of the characters in this movie so far. Gotta go now. Dinner time. Have a good night. Thank you for popping by, man. Appreciate you. Have a fantastic evening. But the acting was hit and miss. The main guy was pretty good. Again, the bald headed guy, he was pretty good too. Nancy Loomis was pretty bad. Uh, Napoleon, he was okay. He was like in the middle. And the other girl, I don't know. There was just no charisma to her. She was just so like monotone the entire time. I did not entirely enjoy her very much, but I would definitely have to say, like, out of all of this, though, like the action was great, practical effects were awesome, the location was good, story was good. Definitely like the concept. I see a lot of the inspiration now from Night of the Living Dead. I definitely see it in here as well. I don't know. I'd give it like a 3.25, maybe a 3.5. I'd have to really let it like sit for a little bit. Maybe even if I compare it to the remake, see how that one goes. But yeah, guys, that was Assault on Precinct 13, 1976. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the film as well. If you guys watched it with me, make sure you guys go down below in the comments section. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the film. And if you guys weren't here earlier, I guess I forgot to say, every Monday and every Friday from now until pretty much the end of the year, we're going to be watching a John Carpenter movie, except for Halloween and Into the Mouth of Madness. Next week, though, instead of Monday, we will be doing Tuesday. We are going to be watching 1980s The Fog. I'm going to be watching that with Tyler from the Mind of a Nerd Reviews. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Like I said, The Fog. Looking forward to rewatching it again, even though I literally just watched it about a month ago. But I think it'll be a good and a fun time. His first time being here on the channel. Obviously, you got a lineup of guests coming. We've got Brad from Let's Talk Movies coming in for next Friday's movie, which will be Escape from New York. We got Ledger Forever popping in for The Thing. We got Nick Cooling from the Movie Ranker coming in for Christine. We have also got, oh man, why am I blanking? We got Starman. That'll be after that. Then we'll have Jason here from Backtrack Cinema. We will have him here for Big Trouble Little China. Connor from That Bad Media. We'll have him in for Prince of Darkness. And I don't know why I'm kind of blanking on everything else right now, but gonna be some fun streams. I'm looking forward to watching some of these movies again. Obviously, a lot of these are going to be first time watches, except for The Thing, The Fog, Escape from New York, Christine. Those are all movies I've watched now, but everything else will be a first time watch. So very excited. I'm really besides Dark Star, this was really good. I'm hoping the quality is going to continue. Obviously, I know the next couple of movies we're going to watch are going to be up to this quality, so I'm super excited. So Guys, that is going to do it for this stream. And as always, you guys, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next one.